Hey y'all, long time no see. It's Leslie with Phat Cat Flossing, and it has been a mere 2 months plus since I visited with y'all. But I had to go to the post office today, so since I had a bra on already, again, I have girded my bosom for you. I thought I'd come and talk to you a little bit about my stitching. And y'all, you'll notice I'm in a different place. Ta-da! Steve went back to work a couple weeks ago at his office. I mean, he's been working from home. So he went back a couple weeks ago, and I have reclaimed my craft room, which is awesome because I had half my usual space to do any and all of my crafty stuff in, and I am thrilled to be back in, having this as my space. I have to share it with my boys who are right over here in their runs, but they're sweet boys and that's okay. I've added a couple things. You'll notice I didn't have these shelves before. These, my desk here is actually meant to be like a crafting table, and it is very wide. I mean, it is so deep that I can't reach the back of it, just reaching over it. So there was plenty of room to put the shelving units, which were a great deal. I got them, I think, for, I want to say like $22 and change at Walmart. And I'm going to get a third one to go in that gap you see right there. The banjo will have to come down, but that's okay. I don't play it. But my local Walmart was out of them, so I'm waiting to get a third one. So I'll have a little bit more shelf space to get a little better organized. We're all doing good. It's just been busy, and I haven't felt like I had a whole lot to show, and I guess I was just lazy. I didn't get it done. So thanks for coming to visit with me today, no matter whether you're here for the first time or you've been waiting for a while for me to do this again. I have lots of kittens. Spring is kitten season, and my babies are all doing good. Thank you, Jesus. We had they had some kind of terrible GI bug run through a little over a month ago, and I lost 4 of the 5 of Reese's litter and 1 older kitten out of Prissy's litter. And y'all, I can't tell you how that breaks my heart. These are my precious little babies, and it just kills me. It literally breaks my heart when something happens to them. So knock on wood, they're all doing good now, and I am so grateful and thankful to be so blessed and have them doing well. But they keep me very busy. That's a lot of babies. Each and every one of them has a home already, and I still have, I think 19 people on my waiting list. And I will probably have 3 or 4 more litters later in the year. I have some younger girls that I won't breed until they're a year old. So I'm excited that all my babies are doing well, and they give me so much joy and pleasure. But one of my other joys and pleasures is stitching. And I'm also going to try to be stretching my boundaries a little bit and doing a little bit of other crafting, and I'll show y'all some of that here in a minute. But let's get started, because Steve will get off at 3 and it's about 2:30 now, and I want to get this done. So anyway, first thing I want to do is apologize. Olivia with Rovaris apparently watched my last FlossTube, and I was very uncomplimentary about the patterns. I had purchased 2 PDFs from Etsy and downloaded and printed them, and they were very small, and my printer is not like awesome, and literally I could not read them to stitch from them. And she was very gracious. She contacted me with no prompting and sent me better PDFs, where the pattern was a little bit larger. So thank you very much, Olivia, and I apologize for kind of dogging your patterns. What I should have done was just contact you directly. But I appreciate you working that out with me, and thank you for your patience with me. So y'all don't take anything negative about Rovaris, and if you would have a problem with one of the patterns, let her know. She was great about resolving it. Okay, next, I actually have some FFOs, and I looked a minute ago, and I couldn't find my pattern for these. I don't know. I've got a big mess. I've got stuff all over the place. But I have stitched, these are all 3 from Brenda Gervais. I think the name of the booklet is Jelly Bean Jubilee. And y'all excuse me, I'm in front of the windows here in the craft room, and there's a cardinal sitting on the bird feeder. So, but I finished 3 of these adorable patterns, and I had the stitching done in my last video, but I had not actually FFO'd them. So I have done that now, and I have 3 of these done. And this is an adorable pattern booklet. I think there are 3 more in the booklet that I have not gotten stitched, and I do plan to stitch the rest of them. I'm very, very happy with how they came out. These are on, I believe it's 40 count. It's either 36 or 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I'm very happy with how the stitching looks, and I'm happy with my finishes. I have just gotten some trim that you'll see when I get to the haul portion of the video, but I'm probably going to go back and maybe add a little trim to the outsides of these. But I did have them finished in time to put them up for Easter. I have so many stacks, I don't know what to do with anything. And I had one more little Easter finish. This is a freebie from Shannon Christie Designs called Cotton, and I just finished him into another little pillow. He's very cute. And then this is a pattern called Texas, I think it's Texas Thistles, from, I think it's Redbird Designs, but don't get me to lying. If that's, I'll list it down below. I'll look it up and list it. And this is a gift for my friend Charlotte's mother, and I love her dearly, and this will be a gift for her. And I'll be seeing them both in Amarillo in July when I go to a cat show there, so I'll be taking it to her there, and I'm real happy with that, how that came out. It's just a little bag, which is how the example on the pattern was finished, and that's how Charlotte wanted it finished. It needs to be pressed. I've had it stored where it's a little wrinkled, but I'm very happy with how that came out also. And then where'd it go? Speaking of my friend Charlotte, her birthday is in July, just a couple weeks after mine. And this is from Beth Twist, and it is I Wish You Lived Next, I think it's called Next Door. Yes, Next Door. And it says, I wish you lived next door. So I have made a little pin pillow out of this. I have some Lady Dot Creates trim here that I just need to get attached, which I will get done tomorrow probably. And then this will be done. So I'm super happy with that. This one is stitched on, this is a 36 count even weave from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. You can find her on Etsy. And I just used, I didn't use any of the call for. I just pulled from my stash with miscellaneous. These are Coloring Cotton and Victorian Motto and one Ship's Manor here. So I just pulled from my stash and used fabric from stash that Hand Dyed by Rolanda. And I am super, super happy with how that came out. If I do another floss tube before I give it away, I'll show it to you once I've got the trim on it. Stacks and stacks and stacks of crap. Okay. My next, well, these are not in any order, so I apologize. But another finish I had was Liberty, right? Yeah, Liberty Hill from Shepherd's Bush. Now I have a bronze-headed cowbird in the feeder. And this was a little kit. It came with the Jill Rinsel Painted Mat. And I finished this a couple weeks ago. And I need to order a frame. I don't have a frame that is the right size. The mat is not exactly square. It's a little bit taller than it is wide. So I just need to get that, find a frame. I'll probably order a custom frame from Etsy for that. But I'm real happy with the way that came out. I think it's very cute. And lined up, I'm gonna get out of the way here. Lined up all over here in front of my computer are my patriotic finishes from the last couple of years. And I'm hoping to get this framed, and then I have a couple other patriotic pieces I'm hoping to get done. I'm going to put those out. My hall tree is typically where I display that kind of stuff, because the cats don't get up there, and the cats get almost everywhere. So this will be finished and added to that. And if this doesn't run too long, I'll talk a little bit more about some of those other finishes, but I think I may have too many for that. Y'all pardon me while I get a drink. Okay, next up. In my last video, I mentioned that for Inauguration Day, I had a SAF, a start and finish, by Beth Twist. And this is Grand Old Flag Pin Drum. And again, I did my usual, didn't use any of the call for. This fabric is Spider Veins from Teresa Vinette, Shakespeare's Peddler. And there's my finish. This is a 36 count. And I stitched this 1/2 with miscellaneous silks just from stash. Now that I've showed these, I can put all those back into my stash. But happy with how that came out, and I will be at some point sending this probably to Faye Rigsby to finish into a drum. That's why it's on such an egregiously large piece of fabric, is because it is meant to be a drum finish. So it'll finish like that. But for the kind of stuff like that, I can finish, but I am not a great finisher. I am average at best. So I think I will probably send this to Faye to finish into a drum for me. And I think that will be a giveaway today. And then this is Good Deeds from Brenda Gervais. And I started this, I believe, I don't remember, was it last year? It may have been, it was a Mania start, and I don't remember now if it was Mania 2020 or Mania 2019. But I started this at some point, and I think it was last year, because I think I had originally kitted it up with a 28 count and then decided I wanted to do it on a higher count. And so I re-kitted it, and I think started it last year. This is 36 count. And I'd be doggone if I remember right now what the fabric is. I just don't remember. I would have to look it up. It'll be on my Instagram if you want to know. But this is Good Deeds from Brenda Gervais, and I finished this several weeks ago. And this one I will probably frame. Although, looking at it, it also would actually make a very cute drum. There's a thought. I might actually do that. But anyway, very happy with it. I think it came out very cute. I love what it says. I do believe that good deeds will live beyond you. Of course, the bad ones will too, and people will sure remember those. But good deeds live on. And I stitched that with, I think I used all the call for on that. I think I actually kitted this one up back in the day when I actually tried to get the call for. And then we're not done yet. I have high hopes for maybe at some point. But yeah, these are the flosses from Good Deeds, and they are most of the called for, including a couple of Valdanis. And I have discovered I like Valdani floss if I'm using 2 threads. I am not a huge fan of Valdani floss if I'm only using 1 thread. It seems thinner than DMC, or especially thinner than most silks. So if you're stitching 1/2 on anything less than a 40 count, the coverage is not quite as good. This is my Tardy Turtle pattern. This little pattern is called A Mother's Heart from Lindy Stitches. And my intention was to give this to my mother-in-law, JJ, for Mother's Day. And then we had, I think the first week of May, we had 3 F1 tornadoes come through this general area. And we lost power for 3 days. We had no power. That was not a lot of fun. Could have been worse, but I mean, you know, it's an inconvenience. It's not a catastrophe. And the weather was moderate, so we didn't roast and we didn't freeze. So, you know, Lord knows things could have been worse. We had neighbors that lost trees and had trees come through their roofs. A big barn, just literally a quarter mile from here across the street, had the whole thing collapsed. And then there were power lines and power poles down all over the place. And our back fence is leaning a little. And some of the top branches of my willow tree got a little twisted. But that was all the damage that we had. And again, knock on wood, I felt inconvenienced, but very blessed that that was all of it. So what that all, long story longer, what that meant was I didn't stitch anything for probably close to a week because we had no power for 3 days. And then I was just behind on everything and there was a lot of catch up to do. But I did get done with this. And this is stitched with some of the called for on, not the called for linen. This is stitched in DMC with the exception of the variegated floss here, which I believe is Black Raspberry Jam, I think, which was not the called for, but it was a variegated purple, blue and purple in my stash. So that's what I used. And I do plan to finish this into a little heart-shaped pillow to give to JJ. And it'll just be a, hey, here's something for you, because I missed both Mother's Day and her birthday, which was the next week. This was my first Lindy Stitches stitch, and I did really enjoy it. I found the pattern easy to follow, and she just does a good job with those. And then last but not least, this was my favorite release from Market 2020, Bunny and Bee from Annie Beez Stitches. And I love any patterns that have bees and bee skeps in them. My cattery name is Bumblebee, and I like bee stuff. See, it says just bee right there. And I stitched this with a few of the call for flosses. I think I used most of the call for with the exception of the blue, which I pulled. This is Color and Cotton King's Blue Light. And I darkened it up a little bit from what it was called for because I used a blue linen. And this is Title from Picture This Bless in a 36 count. And I think this is super duper cute. This will be framed and it's going to go in my kitten room since they're my little bumblebees. But very, very happy with that. And that, add those to the stack of things that need to be put back away. I hate doing that stuff, y'all. I just hate it. I don't like kidding. I really don't like putting all the stuff away again. But, you know, it is what it is. Got to be done. But I don't have to like it. But those were all my finishes. Then, I did have some additional works in progress. Those are not all my finishes. I lied. This is not cross stitch. This is sewing. This is from a pattern I downloaded. Y'all, it's dirty, so it's got cat fuzz all over it. This is from a pattern I downloaded from Etsy. It is a little trash bag, or catcher, whatever, and a pin cushion. And this sits on the arm of my couch, and I can stick my needles in and then throw my orts in here. And it's big enough if I have miscellaneous crap of whatever kind, of paper towel or whatever, I can also put it in there. What's her name? Mousy Brown's Emporium. And I will also link this pattern. It was cute. It was pretty easy. I pulled, I think almost all the fabrics just came from my stash. And I just kind of went off this one and picked other things that I thought would go with it. Okay. So again, it just sits on the arm of the couch. And there's a little bag to throw things in. And I stuffed it. I don't usually use, what's the lizard litter stuff? Walnut shells. I don't usually use that, or sawdust, just because it's a bigger mess. And it's just something else to have to get. Oh, I didn't show you. Here inside, it's also got a little thing where you can like let your scissors fit down in there. But this, because I wanted some weight so it would stay put if I dropped something in the trash bucket, I did fill this with lavender scented, yep, smells lavendery, crushed walnut shells. And it has quite a nice heft to it. And I will link that pattern below. And then my last finishes, I just did these yesterday. Farm Girl Loves Goats, Michelle Rudy, who is the only person I follow on Patreon. And it's not because I wouldn't like to follow other people. It's because I have a limited amount of dollars to spend for that. And Michelle's, her tastes in what she stitches and in most of the other crafts she does mirror mine pretty closely. And this is from a tutorial that she posted back in, I think, February. These are little paper mache boxes. They're available from Hobby Lobby. And you get 6 in a package for, I think, $3.99. And they come in round and oval and heart shape. And then you use scrapbook paper and Mod Podge. Come on, we've all used Mod Podge, right? And you glue, cut the papers to size and glue them on. And I think they came out super cute. I really like them a lot, and I plan to do more. It was kind of fun to play in the glue. But again, they're just a little paper mache box. You could, of course, finish the inside if you wanted to. I chose not to do that because I'm going to primarily use mine as fillers and with my cross stitch if I get the top back on. There we go. But I thought they came out really, really cute. And then the edges are antiqued with some walnut antiquing stain that you can find in the like in the scrapbooking department. So happy with those. And thank you, Michelle, for sharing that with all of us. Okay, so what else? Well, I've had some work on whips. If I can figure out what's what here. This is When Flowers Blossom from Brenda Gervais. And I had looked at this, I don't know, umpteen dozen times and decided I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it. And then Kim Goldman did it, and a bunch of people did it, and I just looked at it one too many times and couldn't resist. And I started this probably in March, I think. I don't remember if I had this started. I think I probably had it started and maybe had the house done when I did my last FlossTube. I just don't remember. But I have now added, since I've worked on this a couple times since, I've added the flowers over here on the side, and I have one more flower, and then I can move across and do the cartouche, and then the rest that's on this side. But I think it's very, very pretty. And I am not using the call for flosses. I am using some silk flosses from my stash. And when I have posted this on Instagram, several people have commented on the color of the house. And that floss does not have a name to the best of my knowledge. It came as in a grab bag and just a collection of miscellaneous flosses from Silks For You. So I'm sorry that I can't share the name of that floss with you. But I'm really happy with how that's going. I just need to get back to working on it. Where to put this stuff, man? I've also had the new startitis. Who of us has not? This is a kit from another Brenda Gervais. I seem to have a theme here. This is Happy Birthday America. It came as a kit with the makings for the pincushion, including this linen, the sampler looking linen, and the actual little box, and then the thread spool to make the base here. And I started this last week, I think. And this is how far I've gotten. I noticed when I posted on Instagram, I noticed, oh crap, I didn't leave a space for the bird's eye. There's supposed to be a space here in the middle where you stitch in the bird's eye. So he's just going to get a French knot for an eye. It's just going to have to be as good as it gets. But I think in a couple more evenings, I will have him done. And then another one to send off to Faye. And I am using these are not the right flosses. Yeah, they are. These are not the called for flosses. This is just, again, what I pulled from my stash of Color and Cotton, Victorian Motto, using some Blanc and 310 DMC, and a couple of Classic Color Works. And this is Gentle Arts Old Covered Bridge. And you can't really see it here, but it is a taupe color with like some copper verdigris undertones in it. And that's what I used for the bird. And I thought you can see it better here that he's got really pretty variegation in him. But anyway, that's what I use for that. Where to put things? This is my, or has been my travel project. It's probably going to graduate from being my travel project because I filled in most of the parts that were travel friendly. This is Shepherd's Hill from Shepherd's Bush. And I took Steve's car to the Toyota dealership in Fort Smith the other day to get his oil changed, his tires rotated and all that good stuff. And then the next day we drove down to Little Rock to see some of his family. And I had this whole hill to fill in and then the sheep. And so I've done all that fill in. And now most of the rest of this down, I've got a couple more little pieces up here. And then the rest of this down here is mostly specialty stitches. So it's probably not going to be much of a travel project anymore because I don't know that those will work well for travel. But it is a 32 count. It's a 32 count linen that's kitted. And I don't remember, it's French vanilla, I believe. And then the kitted silks that came with it. And then my last whip, I think, this was my Memorial Day start from Crochet Gogo on Etsy. And I am doing this one here, which she calls Stella Something. And my actual page for that one is in the living room at my stitching spot, because this is what I've been working on the last few days. There are my colors, again, just pulled from stash. I've got Grecian Gold, Color and Cotton Pearl White, Color and Cotton Glory Blue, which is a really pretty blue. It's not quite as dark as it looks there. And then Schoolhouse Red from the Gentle Art. Only 4 colors, but I think it's going to be really cute. This is 40 count. It's an R&R. I don't remember the name of it. But my plan is to finish this into a little heart-shaped pillow. I think I'll get done with that next couple of days, and then I'll get this finished up. But I think it's really cute. I'm going to order some red pom-pom trim to go around the edge. And that, my friends, is what I've been working on. I'm looking to see, make sure I've covered everything. I have. I've also made a few project bags, which was a fiasco. By the way, if I owe you a project bag, it mailed off this morning. I made these, and I have one left that's not claimed. So if you have not received your project, or if you are interested, there's one of these red, white, and blue project bags available. They have a contrasting lining, red, white, and blue cherries. They are $39, including US shipping. So if you're interested in this, email me. I'll put my email in the drop down. There's only one of these available, but if you're interested in it, the first person to email me gets it. I had a real cluster getting those done because I thought I had interfacing, and I looked 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 some more, and I could not find it. And so I ordered interfacing. I ordered 2 bolts of interfacing, and it didn't come, and it didn't come, and it didn't come, and it didn't come, and then it didn't come for a while yet. And then right after the interfacing arrived, the power went off for 3 days, and it was just a cluster. So I was very late getting those done, and thank you so much to the ladies who had ordered those and prepaid for them. I really appreciate your patience. Thank you so much. But they are on their way to you now. Okay, haul. I have far too much haul. It looks like it all fits in one little bag, but there's far too much stuff in there. But bear in mind, it's been a couple months, so we won't take, this is the rest of the kit for Happy Birthday America, so that doesn't really count, right? Just since we were talking about bags, I've gotten this recently. It's kitty cats doing all kinds of household chores because, you know, they're so helpful. But I'll be making some bags with this when I get myself organized. I've really bought way too much stuff. Okay, most of this, almost all this stuff came from the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock. I'll tell you if it did not. The fabric came from myfavoritequiltstore.com. Okay, this is Red, White, and Bloom from Brenda Gervais. Again, I've really been on a Brenda Gervais kick, and I will be starting something out of this soon. Stars and Stripes Forever from Annie B's Folkart. Super cute. Tudor Bee from the Blue Flower, because I love bee stuff. The Be Kind sampler from Stacey Nash Primitives. Spring Doodles from Heart in Hand. I think this is really cute. I loved all 3 of Paulette Stewart's. She had, I think, 5 or 6 recent releases, and 3 of them I just thought I had to have. This is Always Remember. I also needed the Equality sampler. And last but not least, Flag Flock. And like I said, all 3 of these are Plum Street samplers from Paulette Stewart. I think I picked up this little kit the last time I was in Little Rock at the Shepherd's Bush. This is Happy Life Pincushion from Shepherd's Bush. It's the complete kit with all the finishing materials also. I picked up several miscellaneous flosses while I was there. And then I ordered, I had to order the trim to do the pincushion for my friend Charlotte. So I also ordered trims in several other colors. I got a chenille, some silk ribbon, couple of pom-poms, and another silk ribbon. So, and then from Traditional Stitches in Canada, this is a, you know, it's only from their shop, a Blackbird Designs release called What Remains, and I think that is beautiful. So I did order that. It's available. You can get the whole kit with the linen and the floss and everything. I just ordered the pattern. Just ordered the pattern. Okay, what else? And then, oops, there's one more pom-pom. Also from the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock, I've got several different linens. This is Picture This Plus. I think it's Winter Wishes. Sherry or Ann's handwriting was not the best on this, so I couldn't swear to it, but that's what I think it is. This is also from the Shepherd's Needle. This is 40 count Tobias. This is Dames of the Needle Colonial Fireworks. This is 36 count Silver Fox. Couldn't swear to who the manufacturer is on that. And this is Picture This Plus Fog, a fat quarter of it. I find that to be a great neutral. So, added to my linen stash. And then lastly, I did some Etsy shopping. The first of which was the one you saw from Cocette Gogo, the Patriotic Smalls. This is another Priscilla and Chelsea Flower Market. I thought that was super cute, so I downloaded that. And then this is my first pattern from Whilst Iris Naps. And this is called Matilda's Drum, which I think is really pretty. There, that's it. That's all my shopping. Plenty of shopping and then some, but that's all my shopping. I've got such a mess here. I don't know which way is up. But let's talk giveaways now. Last time we had a couple of giveaways. One was can't talk. Words, Leslie. Okay, Sulky Threads. And I did not take the time to comment on your comment, but I did the comment picker thing. And I asked you guys to use the word sulky, and the random comment picker came up with Gabriel Stitches for this. So, Gabriel Stitches. When I get done with this and get it started uploading, I'm going to go back to YouTube and I will comment on your comment. Please email me. My email will be in the drop down. Please email me with your mailing address, and I will get to the post office as soon as possible after I get it. And then my other giveaway for last week was, this is just a printed freebie, so it's not like it's a big sacrifice on my part, but I think we should do our part to save the environment. And so I've already paid for this paper and ink, so you don't have to. This is cotton from Shannon Christine Designs. It's a freebie. You can find it via her Facebook page. But the random comment picker on this one chose Emily Wittenberg. So Emily, same thing. Email me. I'll comment on your comment in a minute. Email me. My email will be in the drop down. LeslieDHurley@gmail.com. Send me your mailing address and this will go out to you. Now I am going to fold this and put it in a regular envelope just to save myself $3 in postage. But that'll go out to you shortly. Okay, and then we got some giveaways. So let's see. I'm going to give away some of this stuff from my finishes. This is one I did a giveaway back after the first of the year, and whoever won this never contacted me. So we're going to try it again. This is a free pattern from Teresa Baird and kittenstitcher.com. Teresa was including these with her orders for a while. I'm sure she's including another freebie now, but probably not this one. So if you are interested in this pattern, I'm holding it back here so you can't actually see the pattern. Comment and use the word believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. Then this is Harriet Elizabeth Coe from Brenda Gervais. I finished this back sometime this spring, and let's give this away. I've included my working copy back there. Might as well not waste your printer ink. If you want this one, say I'd like to stitch, or just use the word Elizabeth, E-L-I-Z-A-B-E-T-H. I'd like to stitch Elizabeth. Then let's give away the Heartstring Samplery Grand Old Flag Drum. I'd like to stitch the drum, D-R-U-M. And you don't have to use the words I'd like to stitch. You can just say, believe, Elizabeth, drum. Spell them correctly though, because that's how the comment picker finds you. And then lastly, let's give away I Wish You Lived Next Door, also from Beth Twist at Heartstring Samplery. And use the word door, D-O-O-R. So that's 4 giveaways. Be a subscriber, like the video, comment with one of those words, Elizabeth, door, believe, and drum. And next time I do a video, hopefully not 2 months from now, but who knows, I'll use the random comment picker again and pick somebody to have those. Don't use the word giveaway or free or gift or that kind of stuff, so I don't have to delete your comment. But y'all comment, and y'all, we're real close to, I'm just a couple hundred subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate it if you did. And when I do get to 4,000, I'll do a bigger giveaway. We'll do a project bag and stuff some goodies in there for you. I appreciate y'all coming to listen to me today. It's been almost 45 minutes, and that's enough for anybody to listen to me talk. So I'll let you go with this. I hope that you are off to a wonderful start to your summer. I hope all is going well with you and that you're enjoying your stitches. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.